Hello, my name is John Porter. I'm going to be talking to you about using metadata to actually drive code generation for analyses. One of my pet peeves is that when we're working on getting data ready for analysis, that we have to spend so much time on this middle step. Once we've discovered data, we still have to download it. We have to set up the code to be able to read it. Pretty routine stuff, not really particularly interesting, but really takes a lot of time and effort to do. Where I really want to get down to is the analyze area here. That's where the fun starts. So how quickly can I get through that? Well, I contend that that step should take less than 1 minute. Let's take a look at an example here. So what I've got is a data set that has I've gone into the EDI data repository. I searched on carbon dioxide and I came up with this nice data set looking at carbon dioxide concentrations in a reservoir. If I go down to the bottom of that, it has code generation. Well, I'm an R guy, so let's see what it's got. I hit R and it then comes back with a file download. If I wanted to, I could just download an R file there, but it's also got some R code there, and I'm just going to copy it, and then I'm going to jump over to RStudio and paste it into an empty script window there, hit Control-A to select it all, and hit Run. It's now downloaded the data. It's gone through and done a bunch of corrections. It's altered the dates. And it's provided me with a few statistical outputs here so that I can confirm that in fact everything was read in correctly. So I've now gone through that step just like that. Now, that's the data that I used in this demo. And what that R code was actually doing was reading in the data, converting the date to an R form, checking to make sure there's something, data was supposed to be numeric, it really was numeric, that sort of thing. And also taking missing values and converting them to the standard NA that R uses for missing values. Now, how did it work? Well, basically, at EDI, they have the ecological metadata language documents. And what they did was made a web service call that basically went and said, hey, give me some code. And then back came the code that they then displayed and showed. Well, obviously, where things are really happening is in that web service call. And that's basically going and fetching the XML metadata, which could be from EDI, or you can also give a URL for any arbitrary metadata document you might like. Then it applied a style sheet. That's where the real magic was happening. And what the style sheet was doing was basically taking and reforming that metadata to form the statistical program. And then the generated code came back, and it could be R, it could be MATLAB, it could be Python, depending on which style sheet we used in that intermediate step there. Now, can this be used for other types of metadata? And the answer is yes, but the question is going to be, how complete is the metadata? Obviously, you can do more with metadata that contains lots of stuff. You can do less with metadata that only has sort of rudimentary information. So that's a controlling factor. And then there's the issue of, does the metadata actually contain a link that will give you back actually the data? That can be, if you have to download the data yourself and store it on your file somewhere, then you're going to need to modify the code that comes back from the service to point to where it is on your computer, because there's no way the web service knows where you stored something on your computer. I don't even know where things are stored on my computer, so the web service certainly isn't going to know. Anyway, that was the quick demo. I'd like to thank all of the LTR information managers that participated in this effort in helping to create the ecological metadata language documents. Obviously, the KNB, the Knowledge Network for Biocomplexity, that worked on the development of EML, and also the Environmental Data Initiative that implemented that jazzy web service there. Anyway, if you have any questions, please contact me. Thank you very much.